Kentucky football is trying to start the season with 3 consecutive wins for the first time since 2010. They're also looking for their 4th straight win over South Carolina. Well, the Wildcats will be without Jordan Jones, but Benny Snell good to go while dealing with some sore ribs after EKU. Kentucky will also get back Lynn Bowden, who missed the majority of the game against the Colonels after being ejected on a targeting penalty. Bowden's teammates and coaches have been praising the freshman this week in practice, and they expect it to carry over into tonight's game.
It'll be fun to see him in that environment and get some opportunities. Hopefully we get the ball in his hands.
His elusiveness, his speed, I mean, he's a really smart guy. So, I mean, it just we have so many plays just scripted for him and set up for him. I just can't wait to see what he can do Saturday.
Well, if you caught the live stream on our LEX 18 Facebook page earlier, you saw Kentucky arrived at Williams-Brice Stadium just over an hour ago. Our Jonathan Dunn is in Columbia with more.
Hey Dorian, the last time Kentucky beat an SEC team not named Vanderbilt 4 consecutive times was back in 1951 with Bear Bryant. But tonight here at Williams-Brice Stadium, Kentucky will try to do that against South Carolina. The game between the Cats and the Gamecocks is sold out with more than 82,000 fans expected. This is South Carolina's first home game of the season, and both teams come into tonight's matchup undefeated at 2-0. UK linebacker Jordan Jones is out for the game with a shoulder injury. Benny Snell suffered a rib injury last week but is expected to play. South Carolina receiver Deebo Samuel is going for his 3rd straight game with a kickoff return touchdown. Now, South Carolina seniors have never beaten Kentucky, but you can bet tonight that they'll be ready. Kickoff's at 7:39, and I'll have highlights tonight at 11 on LEX 18 News. From Columbia, South Carolina, I'm Jonathan Dunn, LEX 18 Sports.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. Well, Kentucky Deputy Athletic Director Dwayne Peavy is staying at Kentucky. According to a report in the Albuquerque Journal, Peavy was one of 3 finalists to be the new athletic director at the University of New Mexico. Peavy is in his 10th year at the University of Kentucky and his 5th as the Deputy Director of Athletics. Well, as for Kentucky's next matchup, number 23 Tennessee and number 24 Florida. It's 13-3 Gators right now in the 4th quarter. And they just scored. It's the first offensive touchdown for Florida since last year. Since then, there's been a different president. Before the Falcons blew a Super Bowl lead, and that was when Alabama was the national champions. I can't take credit. I saw that on Twitter. And that might bode well for UK, as offensive has been difficult to come by for Florida. UK will get the Gators at home next Saturday, where they will once again try and snap the losing streak that dates back to 1986. Well, on the other side of the state, number 14 Louisville will host defending national champion number 3 Clemson at 8. It was a 42-36 Tigers win at Clemson last year, a game where Lamar Jackson accounted for more than 400 yards of total offense and 3 scores, and both coaches are expecting more of the same tonight.
He's a great player. You know, you watch him the other day and you go like, wow, this guy's pretty good. You know, he's throwing it all over the place, and he's running for touchdowns.
To see it on tape, to see it on TV, and then to see it live and in person is a different experience. And so we got a lot of guys that played against him last year, and you know, our guys got nothing but respect for him. I mean, they know what a competitor he is. But we got a bunch of great competitors too.
Well, number 17 Georgetown College hosting Point University. Pulaski County product Riley Hall down the field for Ross Cox. He's eventually knocked out of bounds near the 5-yard line. 1st and goal Tigers. The pitch goes to Derek Pugh into the end zone for the easy score, 7-0 after the PAT in Georgetown. In the red zone again, ball into the hands of Pugh around the outside for the TD as the Tigers win 25-7. Well, Kentucky State picks up their first win of the year, 30-23 over Kentucky Wesleyan. And a duo of games coming up tonight at 7. Morehead State on the road at Austin Peay, while Western Kentucky takes on Louisiana Tech in Bowling Green. It's still 231 days away, but the road to the 2018 Kentucky Derby starts today with the running of the Iroquois Stakes. It was the Tabulator who went off at 4-1 odds to win the Grade 3 Iroquois Stakes, part of the Win and You're In series for the Sentient Gent Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He covered 1 1/16 miles over the fast track in 1:45.50. At odds of 4-1, he defeated the 6-5 favorite Hollywood Star by half a length at the wire. 10 City was in show. The Tabulator also earns 10 points towards next year's Kentucky Derby. We'll be right back.